trying to catch people. Bienvenido a mis perritos. What's up? Got a new camera angle. Got a new mic also. Just a whole brand new setup. Brand new helmet also. I don't have a dead cat on right now, and I'm hoping that I won't need one. Most of the mics that I've had on my previous helmets, I did need it. This helmet has actually pretty good air control, so I mean there's not much noise and wind all around. I can just get in the weeds. I usually like reshape that, I think, to get the bullshit like foliage, whatever you call it, but also to shape it so that when it rains, it floods over here. So when it rains, it goes straight down into those pipes where it needs to go. Rain control isn't so great out here still. I mean, it's better than it was at least last year. We've been out here for a few years now. I like it. Arizona City, Casa Grande area. It's quiet. I love it. There's actually, yeah, there's no street lights. I'm hoping that the camera is angled a little bit better now. I mean, the last few videos kind of angled too high up, I think. But that was because I was using my old helmet when I was first doing motovlogs. So it was on top of my head, which is a stupid place to have it. But that was like the most common back then, I guess. And I just kind of adapted to it. Right now I got it on the side of my helmet. You can probably see the helmet. I mean, ideally I don't like it there either. I like it to stick out a little bit. Yeah, I gotta get adapters and shit. So I'm just gonna see how this goes. If I like it, then I'll keep it. Who's that dude? Never seen that guy. This is a small city. Usually you know all the riders. Looks like a 650. Is it a 650R? Maybe a ZX. Nice out now. I'm just gonna go over all the shit that's happened. It might be repeating shit. I had a CBR600rr for about a year, maybe. Put 10,000 miles on that. Sold it for a good amount. I listed it for 3, sold it for 28. And I buy and sell bikes, so I bought it not running, got it running. It actually ran when I bought it, but on the way home it died. It was the fuel pump, which was really, really inconvenient. I had my lady pick me up in her truck. That was actually the first time I've lifted a bike into the back of a truck. I bought it for, I think, $11.50, something like that, which is pretty cheap. It was ugly as f***. I almost didn't buy it because it was just hideous. Towed it home, got right to work on the plastics. I took them all apart, took them all off, primed it, painted it orange, clear coated it, engine clear coat, checked all the wiring, made sure everything worked. Everything was working. The turn signals didn't work, got those working. I eventually got everything working. I replaced the fuel pump, which is pricey. That's the worst. When I buy non-running bikes, that's what I hope that isn't the problem, but usually it is. What else? I don't think I really had to do much else after that. Oh, the stator, which was a pain in the ass. But I figured out a way to not completely drain the oil, which was cool. I also replaced, I think I replaced the battery. I may have, I can't remember. I think I did though, because, I mean, killed the battery, I think. Can't remember completely. I mean, I work on a bunch of bikes, so, and I have shitty memory. Usually I write everything down or I'll make a video about it. So that's my notes. That's really what this is for. It's kind of like a memoir, I guess. What'd you call it? Like a journal almost. So the battery, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I did replace the regulator rectifier with a MOSFet. MOSFet is the newer technology of the regulator rectifier, like how it does its job. It's superior to the older ones, which are shunt type, I believe. So I just went ahead and did that. It does its job a lot better. You can usually get more volts. Like typically, some regulators might be shit, so where they're like maybe mid 13s. I mean, that's not shit, but compared to the MOSFET, you can usually get right on 14, even at idle. Anyway, so I did that, and now I can hear better. I'm yelling because to me I can't hear shit right now. It's just loud. What the hell? Damn, a hitchhiker on the freeway. So I did all that, sold it, 28. This guy had it for maybe 3 months, if that, 4 months maybe. And then he's like messaging me. He had the f***ing audacity to message me when he broke some shit on it and asking me to replace it. I'm like, the f***? You know how sales work? Like, why would I replace some shit that you did? And then he's had it for, at that point, it was like 2 months maybe. He's already doing that shit. Like, what the f***? Later on, I don't know what the hell he did. I think he crashed it. He was making up stories and shit. I don't even think they were true. So he put new plastics on it. I'm pretty sure because he crashed it. And a lot of the shit was like broken on it. So he makes a proposal and he's like, I think it was a bullshit story. He said he's moving back to Cuba, so he can't bring it. And so he was like, could you do 1,200 and I'll sell it to you? And at this point, I actually have a garage full of bikes already and I can't really take it anymore. I mean, I got a small ass garage. And I also just bought a few bikes, so I had no money. So I was broke and I had no room anyway. I mean, I could probably have fit it. So I'm like, yeah, I could check with some of my friends and see. I'm pretty sure someone would want it. That's a good deal. I mean, he said it was running completely normal. He said it would do some weird shit at high speeds, and I was thinking there's probably a hose unplugged or something. I've had that problem before with a bike. It was actually the map sensor, I think. It was just the hose was unplugged. Actually, that's what happened with that exact bike when I first bought it. That's funny. So yeah, I posted his post or his proposal and to see if any of my friends would want it. A lot of them did, but they were like, "Can you buy it and hold it for me?" Like, bitch, you come out here with your cash and you buy it, and I'll go with you. I mean, because I didn't have money at the time anyway. And if I did, I would have bought it. So the guy is like, well, how much do you have? I gave him 100 less than what I had. So I'm like, I have 900. Good for my homie. And then he pulls it up, and then even more shit's wrong with it. So I'm like, I don't even want this, dude. I'm back. Oh, yeah, I didn't even get a look around the bike. Yummy. Yeah, it's carbureted. It's got the little knob. I chopped the exhaust. This is a 1000. This isn't the 600. This is CBR1000 Classic. So the exhaust used to go out like near the blinker. I chopped like that much off, welded the tip back on. It's got the center stand. I don't think I really did anything else. Oh, I put a light kit on here. The exhaust was the major upgrade. Oh, I did put a stage 2 jet kit in. I would have done bigger jets had I known that there was a uni filter in here, or uni, or however you say it. Those foam ones, foam air filters. I just found out like a couple days ago, but I would have. It's not running lean or anything. I mean, I'm getting the recommended mileage, or the recommended, the standard mileage. Well, a little bit less, but not much less. Like 40 to the gallon. That's crazy for a 1000. I'm used to like the smaller bikes. They get less mileage and they're slower, so it didn't really make too much sense. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I just went in the Bells, met my homie. We're gonna meet up in a little bit and head back to this other store, Walmart. Or probably the Fry's. I don't know, one of them. So yeah, he said we finally agreed on 700. He'd give me the 600 that was all broken. All kinds of shit was broken. There's exposed wires, the headlights didn't work, turn signals didn't work, the throttle tube was snapped, all kinds of shit. He dropped it on the trailer, taking it out, and then he blamed a lot of it on that, which it didn't even fall on the other side, so just making shit up. He also said, he sent me a video of it running and the headlights were off, and I was like, what's wrong with the headlights? Oh, I installed a switch so you can turn them off. And when he gets there, the wires are all chewed up, and he's like, oh, I don't know where the switch is. Oh, of course you don't. Of course you don't know where the switch is, because there is no fucking switch. So like, that's really why I don't believe any of the shit that he says. Like, don't fucking lie, just tell me what the problems are so I can fix them and I don't have to find them later. So yeah, that's why I was like, I don't even want it anymore. Eventually we agreed on 700 for the 600, and he would also give me additional parts supposedly that he had for the 600 for the stuff that are broken, and a GS500 I think. So I was like, alright, but I'm not giving you the whole shit right now. I'll give you half now and half when you bring the other shit. So eventually we agreed on 500 now, which is fine. If he flakes out or whatever, then I still got a bike for 500 bucks that I know I can get running. I mean, it was my old bike. I looked at the odometer, he only put like 700 miles on it. So, long story short, I got that bike running. It took a while. Fuel pump, needed a new fuel pump. I don't know how the f he killed the fuel pump, but he did. What else? The chain was brand new, which is nice. It's a, I think it was X-ring. Actually, I think I might have put that on there. I don't remember. I think I did though. And then he just said he did. I can't remember, but whatever. I mean, it's a new chain. Brand new tires that he put on. They're Continental Racing. Continental's not bad. Put a ram mount on it. He said he'd give you some more ram mounts. I just put it on this bike. I was like, I'll take it. I'll put it on this. This is my daily. Rewired the whole bike. It was mostly the lights. I don't know what the he did. And then the wires were just exposed, which popped the fuse, a couple fuses. I replaced the fuses after I rewired the whole thing, sealed the wires with electrical tape. So I got the headlights working, got the turn signals working, but then he put new turn signals in, which are all LED. So it was moving like so fast that it looked like it was constantly on. When you do the blinker, it's supposed to blink, but they were moving so fast that it looked like it was a solid light. So I put a, I don't even know what you call it, blinker regulator? I don't know what you'd even call it. I forgot what it was called, but I bought that on eBay. I mean, they're universal. You could put it in a car too. So I just did that. It's cool on that thing also because you can set the speed with a little screwdriver. So I set it to really like stock. But it is missing a bunch of bolts, so I had to go to Ace, get some extra bolts. A lot of the bolts were too big. So like, he put it on the mirrors, the bolts were way too big, and then so they weren't even like secured on there, so I had to go to Ace and get a lot of bolts, strip bolts too. There was a busted seal. I think that was like the main problem on the fuel pump, the seal that goes around the output of the fuel pump. So there was some more shit, but I can't really remember all of it right now. Oh, he did give me a cowl for the bike. That's cool. Also the passenger seat. So I got some cool shit out of it, but I put some money into it. So that guy never did get back to me, and then he randomly lost the title for the bike, the other bike. He didn't even register the 600. Yeah, so the 600's still in my name. But yeah, how convenient of him to lose the title for the other bike. Like, really? You really did lose it? Like, I feel like he wasn't even planning on doing the trade anyway. I mean, either way, I got a good deal. And then he was like talking about, oh, if I can't get the title, if I can't find it, he said just, oh, you can give me 100 and we'll be good. Like, that is not what the we agreed on. I just went off on him. I don't remember what I said. I was just like, I most definitely will not give you 100 extra. I mean, we agreed. We had business deal, and then we agreed, and he just didn't finish the deal. He's trying to have me pay him an extra 100. Yeah, right. So what are you saying, that other bike's worth $100 to you? And I told him that. I'm like, I didn't agree to that shit. I'm not playing any games. And then so then he's like, all right, well, if I can't find it, then we're good. I'm like, I'd prefer you find it, because that's what we agreed on. Even though I got the bike running, I mean, I'd rather have that $200 bike also. It's running fine now. The last thing I need to put on it is the grips. I don't know why the f didn't have grips. It seemed like this kid was like a meth head or some shit. He did like shit that made 0 sense. So I ordered those. I just ordered them from China. I mean, I'm not really in a hurry. As soon as I get them, I'm gonna be listing it though. I'm gonna list it back for 3,000. Miles are kind of up there and everything, but it's a good running bike. Like if I sold this one, I would use it as my daily. There's nothing else wrong with it. Starts right up, rides fine, nothing wrong. Doesn't need anything. And then this bike, I picked this bike up not running. Well, actually, most of my bikes that I pick up are not running. And I took a chance on this one because a lot of it didn't really make sense, like what the problem was. He said that it would run with choke only, and I was thinking carbs. So because this is a 96, it's got decently low miles, 50,000. It's not, it's medium. I mean, typically, I've had a lot of bikes, and I've noticed that typically they'll reach 100,000 if you don't abuse them bad, and then they'll typically start having major work problems, like you need some major work on it. I was thinking it was a fuel issue, and that was probably it. So I brought starting fluid. This is a weird bike. Like when I got there, trying to find the air intake, and this is like a really weird bike. You'd think it'd be in the front, the air intake, but it's weird. It's on the side. It's like right near your legs, which is not normal. I mean, it's not the forced air induction, because I think that came like early 2000s, I think. So I found it, sprayed it in, started revving higher. So it was obviously a fuel issue. Then I was thinking fuel pump. Then I found out this doesn't even have a fuel pump, which is weird. It's gravity fed. So that's really odd for a sport bike, but a big sport bike also. After I took it apart and everything, took the carbs out, checked all the specs. It was actually clean, and he said he just got them cleaned, but then it still wasn't running right. So whoever cleaned them did not sync them correctly. Go. What the fuck are you waiting for? And it wasn't the throttle bodies, it was actually the pilot screws. The pilot screws were not correctly where they were supposed to be. They were all in the same spot as each other, but they were like 0.75 turns away from spec. So it was running extremely lean. So you give it a little bit of gas and it's not moving. It'll die, even if the choke is fully on. I ended up cleaning the carbs anyway, even though they were like spotless. And that's when I found out that those pilot screws weren't right. Just looked it up online to see what the specs were. Popped it back in, started right up. Actually, the same night that I brought it home, I think, I started working on it, and I was like, let's see if I can get this running tonight. I got it running. Next day, I took it for a ride, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is fast. I would say the fastest bike prior to this was my 600rr. That year, it was 107 horsepower, I believe. Hopping on this, I'm like, holy crap. That felt like a scooter, the 600 compared to this. And this has 132 horsepower, I believe, which is insane. And they're still not here. From what I've ridden, takeoff is f***ing crazy. The speed is insane too. I mean, how much power I have at high speeds. Just gonna go ride around. My homie's not home yet. My homie's home. Actually, the fastest I've ever gone was on this bike. I believe this will hit 170. I didn't go that fast. I ran out of the track. Got it up to 155. Pretty damn fast. I have seen this bike go 170. Not this specific one, but another YouTuber did it. So I know it will. Plus, I have the stage 2 jet kit. I was also even going to go to stage 3 since I have pretty open exhaust. That was the means to go to stage 2. But I didn't know that I had that foam filter. A few days ago, I just cleaned it and re-oiled it. Yeah, I didn't know that I had that shit. Had I known that, I would have just gone stage 3. Because I could run it a little bit more rich. So the fastest bike I've been on now, recently I rode an R1. That thing was insanely fast. That's scary fast. One of my homies' R1s. The 50th anniversary. But that was pretty fun. Everyone's looking. Too loud. Anyway, I probably made this video insanely long. Yeah, so I'm gonna be making videos maybe twice a week again. If I got the audio figured out. anyway, that's my plans. Continue making videos for personal use. Keep up to date also with them. Bye bye.